Coronation Street's Brody Michaelis is accosted by a trio of menacing lads next week, resulting in a terrifying chase through the precinct. After buying cans of booze, Brody, Dylan Wilson, and Betsy Swain chill out by the swings. However, their relaxed day out turns nasty when three boys swagger up to them and demand they hand over their alcohol, or else. Brody and Dylan immediately square up to the ringleader, explains our Corey spy. It's brave of them as he's a right nasty piece of work. When tensions hit a high point, Brody orders Dylan and Betsy to make a run for it, which buys him time to leg it in the opposite direction. But unfortunately for Brody, the thugs sprint after him as fast as they can. The week begins with Brody, Dylan, and Betsy trying to order drinks at the Rovers. But their hopes for a jolly time at the pub are dashed when Sean Tully refuses to serve them, knowing that Brody is yet to turn 18. With nowhere else to go, the trio resort to drinking in the precinct, where they are approached by the delinquent teens. While running for his life, Brody bumps into Debbie, Sally, Bernie, Glenda, and Christina, who are out and about living life to the fullest, reveals our source. That morning, the group of women were hungover after a heavy night at the Chariot Square, but they've clearly shaken off the cobwebs by the time Brody bounds up to them. As you would expect, they all leap to Brody's defense and fend off the ruffians. Brody should count his lucky stars that Debbie and her angels were there when he needed them most. Later, Dev Ullahan and Tim Metcalf strike up a chat at the pub, where both men explain that they're concerned about their wives' whereabouts, as they have failed to touch base with them and ignored any messages they've sent over. When Brody gets wind of their worries, will he reveal that he met the ladies earlier that day? To be fair, it's unlike Bernie and Sally to go silent, jokes our insider. It's in Brody's power to put Dev and Tim out of their misery, so hopefully he tells all rather than let them fear the worst. After Brody's dangerous run-in, will the hooligans drop their vendetta? Or will they seek vengeance on Brody for escaping them? The night had already swallowed Weatherfield whole, the streetlights flickering like tired eyes when Brody Michaelis stepped out of the corner shop. A bag of snacks in one hand, his hoodie pulled low, he tried to act like it was just another ordinary evening, just another walk home through familiar streets. But nothing about this night felt ordinary. It started with a presence. At first, it was nothing more than instinct, the kind that tightens your shoulders before your mind understands why. Brody slowed his pace. The quiet wasn't normal quiet. It was the kind that felt staged, as if the world itself had paused to watch. Behind him, footsteps echoed. Not random, not distant, intentional. He turned slightly, just enough to catch a glimpse. Two figures, then three, hanging back under the dull amber glow of a broken street lamp. Hooded, silent, watching him the way predators watch something they've already decided is prey. Brody swallowed hard and forced himself to keep walking. "Don't be paranoid," he muttered under his breath. "It's nothing." But his grip tightened on the plastic bag until it crinkled violently. The footsteps matched his pace now. Faster when he slowed. Slower when he sped up. Like they were playing with him. Then came the first voice. Brody." His name sliced through the air like a warning shot. He froze for half a second, just long enough for the fear to confirm itself. Then he ran. The world snapped into motion. Pavement blurred beneath his trainers as he sprinted down the familiar Corey streets that suddenly felt like a maze built against him. His breath came sharp and ragged, each inhale burning like fire in his chest. Behind him, laughter erupted. Not just chasing, but enjoying it. "Where are you going, lad?" one of them shouted. "You forgot something." Brody didn't look back. Looking back was losing. He cut down an alley he'd walked 100 times before, but tonight it felt different, narrower, darker, like it was closing in on him. His shoulders scraped brick as he turned too sharply, pain flaring but adrenaline swallowing it whole. Footsteps thundered behind him. Closer now. Too close. A hand brushed his hoodie. That was enough. Brody pushed harder, bursting out into a side street where bins lined the walls like silent witnesses. He almost slipped, catching himself just in time. His lungs screamed. His legs trembled. But fear had turned into fuel now, raw, chaotic survival. "Stop running." Someone barked behind him. That only made him run faster. The chase spilled into the heart of Weatherfield's quieter backstreets, where houses sat dark and windows blinked shut like they refused to get involved. A distant dog barked once, twice, then fell silent again. No one was coming out. No one was helping. Brody's mind raced faster than his body. Why him? What did he do? Then he remembered. The argument earlier that week. The wrong people. The wrong words said in the wrong place. A debt of pride, maybe. Or something worse, something he didn't even fully understand yet. A sudden shove hit his shoulder. He stumbled but didn't fall. The gang was splitting him now, one cutting left, one right, hurting him like he was trapped in a cage that was slowly closing. His phone. He needed his phone. He reached into his pocket mid-run, fingers fumbling, nearly dropping it as he tried to unlock it. His breath was too shaky. His hands too unsteady. Come on, come on. A shadow lunged. The phone slipped. It hit the ground and skidded across the pavement, spinning into darkness. No. Brody shouted before he could stop himself. That mistake cost him everything. A hand grabbed his collar and yanked him backward so hard he nearly lost consciousness. He slammed against a wall, pain exploding through his spine. The world tilted. His vision blurred. For a moment, everything went silent. Then the face of his pursuer came close, too close. Hood down just enough for a grin to show. Cold. Calculated. Familiar in a way that made Brody's stomach drop. This is what happens when you don't learn, the man said quietly. Brody's chest pounded. I didn't do anything. A laugh. Low. Cruel. Exactly. A second figure stepped forward. Then another. The street felt smaller now, as if the night itself had leaned in to watch. Brody braced himself, heart hammering so hard he thought it might break through his ribs. He looked for escape routes, for anything. Doors, gaps, weakness. There was none. Just brick. Shadows. And them. But then, a distant sound. A car engine. Headlights cut across the far end of the street, sweeping through the darkness like a blade. The gang hesitated for half a second. Just enough. Brody didn't think. He shoved hard into the man holding him and broke free, stumbling forward, sprinting toward the light. Get him, someone yelled. But now the balance had shifted. Now there was noise. Movement. Witness potential. The attackers hesitated again. And that hesitation was everything. Brody reached the corner just as the car slowed, slamming his hand against the hood in desperation. The driver hit the brakes, startled. Help, please. Brody gasped. They're after me. Behind him, footsteps slowed, then stopped. A long silence followed, heavy, uncertain. Brody turned slowly. The gang stood at the edge of the light, faces half hidden, deciding, measuring risk, weighing pride against consequence. Then, one by one, they backed away into the dark. Not defeated, not forgiven, just postponed. When they disappeared, the street felt colder than before. Brody collapsed onto the pavement, shaking, gasping for air that refused to feel like enough. The car door opened beside him, someone asking questions he couldn't yet answer. All he could see was the darkness they'd left behind, and the certainty that this wasn't over. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Coronation Street Scoop News Update.